So stay out of the woods, 'cause she's up to no good unless you're prepared for a fight. 'Cause the witch has the power and is witching hours, so you're better off elsewhere tonight. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Off the Grill podcast is back for another week. And now I was supposed to be joined by a lovely member of the internet, Mr. Sweeze, but some things happened and he lives in the part of the country that is constantly under attack by weather. So unfortunately, he will not be with us this evening. We will get him rescheduled. I was looking forward to this. I guess Jonathan's comment can go away. And Steamy did go ahead and check his Twitter. Now, Joni should check his. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do now. I'm kind of soft shoeing. I don't know. Soft stepping around this, trying to wait. Because these chicks don't even know the name of my band. No. God damn it. I am severely unfocused right now. But there's a backup plan that I'm kind of waiting on, I guess. Just, kind of a last second savior. But I don't know. While we get that, let's shout out Daniel Shine in the house. Sweeze is at least in the comments, so that's good. Good to see you, Sweeze. Obviously, Mr. Bombastic, Jonathan's in the house. Brian Trash is in the house. What's up, Brian? And of course, everyone's favorite, Faticus Finch. Sweeze says, tornadoes and high winds do be the bane of my existence lately. It's rough. It's rough, brother. Oh, Dan says, I'm in Atlanta and it's been a really odd year for weather. And he has thoughts on Bring Her Back. Didn't we do this last week, Dan? Like, didn't you and I just kind of like at different points interrupt what we were talking about to then just kind of get down on our knees and blow Bring Her Back? Because that's what I remember happening. And I ain't making fun of it. That movie was fucking sick. Like, so again, I'm going to reiterate, go see it next Friday, Thursday, technically. Well, I didn't review it by myself. Dan, you were on the show last week. Go back and watch. We definitely did this. But yeah, I'm not so I'm not going to try to review it. But if you like Talk to Me, I think you will love Bring Her Back. Just on the just that same kind of vibe stylistically. I guess the themes are different. I guess I don't know. I'm not big on themes with their shit. It's just they're kind of slow until they're not, and I really do like this, like that kind of slow descent and a lot of really great gore. Just fucking like, it's not not gore in like a slasher way, but like it's a very fucking visceral. Good God, struggling for brains, but yeah, just like a visceral, fucking violent kind of thing. All the goddamn sudden, but yeah, this movie definitely go see it. Something I can't really say for the shit I saw this week. So, oh, dude, guys, look at this. This came in a bag of the fuck were they? Blue raspberry lemonade, Swedish fish. They are blue, just so you know. Now this is brown, or maybe a very dark kind of purple, like almost like they were making the red ones, and then oh shit, we need more blues, or the opposite, probably. They got to be making more reds than blues. Whatever you want. Yeah, they're just weird. Sorry, guys. Dan. Yeah, Dan has to be a little CTE because we definitely did. Thank you for being on last week, by the way. If you guys didn't see it last week, definitely give this one a look see. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, I think I see salvation.
Hi.
How you doing there, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I saw you were. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you quite well.
Okay. Sorry, I saw you were needing a co-host, and I was just sitting there doing nothing. Oh man, stupid mic! I'm on the wrong mic. How about now?
Oh God, much deeper.
You like it?
No, I'm feeling all squirmy inside now.
So what is Sauce doing this evening?
Sauce is doing a whole lot of just fucking grasping at straws for words.
For words?
Which is not the greatest thing when you're trying to do a fucking podcast.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, buddy. I'm pretty tanked right now.
Well, hey, man. We'll see what we can fucking pull out of it then. But
and I'm about to make it worse.
Oh shit. But Sweeze says they just pull cables out and the internet is tied to it. It blows the fuses and they haven't updated in 25 years. 25 plus years. So that's something I feel isn't talked about much, is in the need for upgrading. We saw it when everyone moved from California to Texas in late 2020, and we had a snowstorm of weather in the 20s, and Texas couldn't handle it, from Lubbock to Corpus, and all those in Austin in a panic. Yeah, Texas is fucked. What's up, Gypsy? Good to see you. Shout out Salvation. But yeah, see, Jonathan, you've really helped out a lot of people here tonight.
I'm always happy to be on the grill.
Aw, that's so sweet. And it's like the name of the show.
You see what I did there? It's called branding, sir.
Whoa. I like brandy. Actually, I don't. But
I like brandy.
Oh, Jonathan, Brian says hello.
Howdy.
In fact, he says howdy. But Daniel asks if you saw the nasty botch with Gable on Raw.
I have not seen it yet.
I actually, just before the show went live, I did catch it quick on my phone. I don't know what the match was. I haven't watched Raw yet, but it looked like Penta had a guy and then also Chad Gable, and he was trying to like lift them both up at the same time, like one up front, one behind. And then he went to come down, and like Gable just fucking, like went forehead first into the goddamn canvas.
Ooh, is he okay?
I couldn't tell you because, like I said, I saw it right before I fucking hopped on.
Ooh.
But yeah, I don't know if have you heard, because I imagine you haven't seen it yet, but have you heard anything about that new movie by those Kiwi brothers there?
Oh, the
Bring her
I can't
back.
bring her back. I don't know, man. I'm down for it though.
Dude, it was fucking. It was so far the best thing I've seen this year.
Really? I mean, it looks
Yeah,
nice.
like-
Like I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty far and away, yeah. Well, I kind of did figure, like, well, Talk to Me was good. This one's they're gonna do too much, and I don't think they did. I think they did like just enough to kind of, up the ante a little bit. It's basically kind of like, oh, we got a little extra money to do shit now.
I
Let's
may
get
sneak off
down.
and see that tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Is it? I don't think
Yeah.
it's out wide yet.
Oh wait. Oh, hey, I
But
thought it
the
was. Is that this weekend?
this Friday,
Maybe?
it's yeah.
Oh, so is
at
it?
the
What is it special?
midnight
Because you're in
movie thing.
fucking New York. You cunt.
No, it's special because I went to the Regal mystery movie thing last week,
Oh, okay. Yeah, you suck,
and
bro.
that's what they played. Well, I took advantage of the tools in my disposal. They had one this week as well. It was something. It was a time.
What was it?
It was Dangerous Animals.
Oh, how is that?
It was kind of a piece of shit. Not the worst thing I've seen by any stretch. Not even the worst thing I've seen in theaters this year. But just kind of a stupid, like, it's a decent premise, I guess, for those uninitiated. It's basically this surfer broad that gets abducted by a serial killer who enjoys feeding his victim to sharks in the ocean. It's got was it Jai Courtney?
Oh, John Courtney.
He's the only thing I know him from is that first Suicide Squad movie. I think he was Shark Boy or whatever the fuck.
Shark and Lava Girl.
Chicky Jackie.
I haven't had to sit through that yet.
No, I never will, but it's funny to mock all that shit. Playing Minecraft is actually surprisingly relaxing.
It is.
Now I don't build. I don't know how. I'm not good at it. I have no fucking. I have
just
no
dig.
eye for design. Absolutely, I will dig, and then I will build a square home that's just very tall. It's got 4
Every
walls.
once in a while, you find like a shiny
Everything's in-
rock.
Yeah.
Got to grab shiny
And then-
rock. Like it's fun.
You trade that to your girlfriend for some, stronger pickaxes. And
That never screamed Hollywood movie to me, though.
I can't. Yeah, I couldn't imagine what they were. I thought it was a joke when they.
The
announced
kids
it.
love it, man. My kid is so obsessed with it.
Yeah, I just fucking ugh. Like I would have like sat through it if they had cast anyone but Jack Black.
I like
Almost
Jack
anyone,
Black.
but I fucking
He's like the
I
king
haven't
of my
liked him.
people. Short fats. The short fats really look to Jack
Like-
Black as like a leader, you know.
that's bad. You guys need better representation because that's
We had
subpar.
Farley. We had Farley, okay, but
Though.
yeah, we had
gotta
Belushi.
have
Like
one-
we've had a good run. You know?
The good ones kill themselves.
Yeah, I mean
The
that's
good ones
that's
have
part
too
of being
much
fat.
fun.
They do. Yeah, I mean we've had good representation through the years. We're just in a lull.
Yeah. John Candy was a big fat guy, right?
He
pretty
was like
tall.
6 foot plus. Yeah, like
6,
Farley's.
at least
Farley
6.
was like
Farley
5'9".
5'8". Yeah.
Which is wild because I'm 5'8", and to think about weighing like 300 to 400 pounds like he did is insane. And then
then still
he
do
did
cartwheels and shit.
Yeah, like to have like basically that build, like 100 pounds slimmer. It's insane because I would break something right now.
Absolutely. Oh God, I would do that thing like you start it and you just kind of
Oh, I just had a
caught it wrong.
spontaneous thought.
Again. You got to start again.
I had a spontaneous thought. Do you have a structure for tonight's show or like a topic in mind?
Oh no, not now.
You want to do you want to talk about stand up like I sent you a message about?
I think we could do that. I mean, I don't know where we would begin with that, but oh my God, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know what form the discussion would take, but I'm always down to.
I don't know.
hit
Let's
them
like
up
start. Let's
stand-up.
go
I'm
top
very
5.
opinionated.
Let's go.
Top
Let's do like
5.
Mount Rushmore. That's easier for Mount Rushmore. Yours personally, all time,
right,
and then we
we'll
can debate the
run-
merits of each.
And that's 4. Top 4. Not 5.
That's top 4.
4.
And this is
Now,
no
Rushmore
particular
is
order
4
because it's
fucking
Rushmore.
people, folks.
Yes.
4 of them. See, my camera's here now. It's not.
In no
on the
particular
screen.
order. That's the idea of the Mount Rushmore. Otherwise, it'd just be a fucking
Yes.
top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go back and forth, though.
Mhm.
I think, but I'm gonna while we take a moment to kind of tabulate
Let
this
that
in
sink
our
in.
brains. I'll catch up on these comments here. Cliff Booth says I posted that video of him touching his head to the mat a few weeks ago. I can't say I'm surprised. We'll go with that. Dan says Chad is lucky he's so athletic. Yeah, his fucking neck probably saved him quite a bit of neck
Got that
muscle.
angle neck, man.
Oh yeah. But Dan asks how I saw that one early, and it was this week's mystery movie at the Regal. They're doing fucking 3 of them right in a row, back to back to back. So, but next week's isn't a horror one, so I don't know what that's going to be. I've seen The Materialist thrown up as a possibility, and hey, I'm a Dakota Johnson fan, but Chris fucking Captain America, whatever the fuck his name is,
Oh, Chris Evans.
and Pedro Pascal don't really move the needle for me at all. So I don't know if I probably would just kind of go, oh, I'll go home instead on that one. Yeah, I don't know, but whatever. So that's it. Old Billy's here. What's going
Oh,
on,
thank
Billy?
God.
Good to see you, old man. He chased a toddler for 3 days straight. I hope you got that little sucker. How'd it taste?
You got to chloroform him. That's the best way to get him to sit still.
Sit him down and let him watch. What are we letting him watch, huh? Dan, I'm confused. I'm drunk. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Ooh. Sweeze is going to drop in. He's finding headphones. Oh, that's terrible. Tom Segura was on Raw tonight. Actually, I did see that. I saw that fucking fat loser Bert was with him.
Bad for business, man. It's bad
I
for
fast
business.
forward to that's the worst part about this whole like TKO thing. It's like how closely it's intertwined with like whatever fucking I don't think it's William. Is it CAA, that talent agency?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's why they stuff all these fucking moron.
Well, Ari Lehman or whatever the
celebrities.
fuck his name is. Not
Yeah,
Ari Lehman.
he was a big time.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
No,
Ari Lehman's
that's
the guy that played Jason.
It's not Ari
Ah.
Aster either. But hey, the Ari
Yeah.
Aster's got a movie coming out and fucking old hair lips in it. Are you shocked?
Oh yeah. So it's gonna be fucking weird, I bet.
Yeah. For fucking 4.5 hours. Hereditary is kind of a piece of shit. Like, it's fine, I guess, but I don't understand. There's the one
I've come
moment,
back-
and it's more funny than anything.
Yeah, no, I've come around a lot on it, but no, I've always been a Midsummer guy. I think Midsummer's like
See, I
is
still
good,
haven't seen
really
that
good
one.
movie.
Yeah.
You haven't? Oh, bro, you got to see
Haven't.
the director's cut as well. It's such a big
A
difference.
lot of that from that era I didn't see, like, because that's like 16, 17, 18 right in there. You know, it's like in that kind of era of movie. Because, fuck, dude, we're out of that era. This is a whole new fucking thing that we're in now. That's kind of nuts to think about.
Oh yeah,
But like
the elevated
like
horror,
the elevated
like
kind
the
of
folk
shit, like,
horror.
yeah, and like Jordan Peele's nonsense.
Now we're back to like the polar opposite of that. It's just like how much blood can
Yeah.
you put in this?
Yeah.
Midsummer's fucking awesome, dude. I like it more than Hereditary, and
oh, sorry. I got this week's movie of the week playing in the background. You know, and it does feature one of my favorite songs, which I think old Christian Hanahara has covered in the past. But we'll get to that when the time is right. But you were saying, I'm sorry.
oh, I forgot, dude. I'm too high.
I was
We're just going off
I was
the dome.
lost in song. I was lost.
This isn't an instant replay kind of show, buddy. This is you're getting a stream of consciousness.
One and done. Yep. But Billy says, "Oh, he crashed out an hour ago just as Mommy got home, so I hauled ass home myself. Can't wait for my son to get home, take care of his bundle of energy he made. Yeah, God damn it." Dan says, "Oh, I'm not a Regal man. I'm seeing Friendship tomorrow at AMC." I saw that tonight. I saw that. It was actually the first thing I saw.
That dude's hilarious. I wish I remembered his name because he's very
Tim
funny.
Robinson.
Yeah, Tim Robinson. He's
funny.
great.
He was fucking great on SNL too. He only lasted one season and he didn't get a lot of shit up. He was just too weird for the show.
Yeah,
I think like he'd fit in better now. Like him and Sarah Sherman would do some fucking wacky shit, I think.
That show he's got's hilarious.
Yeah,
I think he should leave.
I watched like the first episode. It's funny. It's a
Dude,
little
there's
bit.
a skit.
It's a little bit like with Rick and Morty. I was just like the fans of the show kind of make me not want to bother. Now,
Yes.
also, I just don't like Rick and Morty. I did watch an episode or two. I don't know.
I just hate how weed culture adopted Rick and Morty so hard. Like I hate it. Like every bong you see is fucking Rick and Morty on it. You can't buy a grinder without Rick and Morty on it.
And not only that, it's overtaken Cookie Monster is like the preferred pattern of pajama pant for the washed.
The pajama pant of the Walmart lingerer.
But it was oh, shut up, Stinko. Hereditary fucking sucks. Go worship your fucking bird cunt. Leave me out of it. But Billy was meh on Hereditary. I watched it once and it was good. It wasn't bad. And I was good. Sorry. It wasn't bad, but it was good at one time. Yeah. I'll shit on it. He does say Midsommar is great too.
Midsommar is legit cool. And Florence Pugh is just like insanely hot.
Yeah. She's not unattractive to me. But
I got a weakness for like that so blonde your eyebrows don't exist. Like that's like a legit thing. I go for my wife. So
that
blonde,
bird girl is the new Carrie. Oh God.
What? Are they doing Carrie again?
I think Mike Flanagan's doing it.
Dude, I just don't need another Carrie.
Prime. No, but this is gonna be so.
Oh, come on now. I like her.
Faticus says Florence P.U.
That is legitimately good, though. Somebody should use that.
Yeah, I love that, Faticus. Florence has a primo dumper on her from Dan, and that is the most disgusting thing I've heard all day. I am ashamed.
She is one piece of ace.
It's mine now. We're not trading back and forth. Where the fuck was I? What were we talking about?
We can't both be high stake. This thing will go on.
I'm about as sober as I can imagine. But hey, we're gonna do this for old time's sake, real quick. Hold on, I gotta find it.
Hot dog!
Holy shit! There he is.
Can you hear me?
Go on, brother. We can hear you, but you're quiet.
Okay. Let me just be a little bit loud. I'm kind of at the same time. Come here. Kind of at the same time, like fighting a 50-pound Australian Shepherd, so like trying to get my shit together in the middle of tornado season is just like, what in the fuck is happening? Because I've been to 2 different houses, restarted my internet, unplugged it from the wall, let it sit for 5 minutes, at least like 10 times in the last 4 hours. So happy to be here with y'all. Better late than never, I guess. Off the grill.
Hell
podcast.
Yeah.
Sweeze.
Good shit. Jonathan, this is Sweeze. Sweeze, this is Jonathan.
Nice to meet you, Jonathan. What do you got in your background? I wanted to see, kind of like, you got a whole setup back there.
Yeah, just a lot of movies and junk.
Figured so, with the Michael Myers in the middle and the Jason mask. Hell yeah.
It's I've been collecting for like 20 years, so it's kind of slow if you think about it that way.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a slow accumulation over time.
It really is the trickle.
Yeah. And like I worked at like a entertainment store in like 2005 in high school called Hastings out of Amarillo. That was like
I fucking loved Hastings, dude.
yeah, TV,
I loved
DVD, all that stuff. I was always getting like I was an employee discount, and I would like they had the seasons of DVDs, so like Lost, Heroes, Friday Night Lights, all that stuff like early 2000s. I'm a big collector in. I'm glad I have this physical media, you know.
They used to have buy 5 get 5.
Yes. And
it
they
was
had to
amazing.
buy 5 and get 55 cents. And I don't know. I went to college for ad PR, so like advertising, public relations, and like looking back on it, like they went out of business, but like they deserved to go out of business way before they did.
They're giving that stuff away. I remember buying stuff for nothing. I mean, almost literally nothing from there. And this was like not this. It lasted up until I guess like 2014-ish or so. Before that went away.
Yeah, it was and then they started doing the wholesaling because they closed down in like 2010 and was like, all right, all of you surrounding areas that have stores, you can like commute to our 75-mile away from your area, and we'll just pay you, 9 to 5, 8 to 5, and you could just like shrink wrap. So for a big period of my life, I was just shrink wrapping like the most obsolete horror movies, and I'm like, I'll never come across, Mosquito 2, Attack of the Wild Bees, Stay Off the Porch. But, like, that's some of the shit that I would want to have behind me if I ever did a podcast and have that set up. So, do you have, like, what would you guess, like, 7,500 things back there, or, like, 1,000?
I counted. It's a lot. It's a lot. I really don't know. It's probably better if I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I don't know. Now, Dan Shine.
Oh, God.
That is insane. Like, it doesn't even make human sense how much that man has. Daniel, that's off to you, brother.
I wish
I've been following this podcast for probably, I don't know, you took a big break, didn't you, Steak? Like, for a while?
Like, almost 2 years, yeah.
Right, yeah. So I was able to, like, get the foundation to where you took a break, but then it always, like, came back to, like, man, I knew there was a dude on fucking YouTube that did stream and go and do all this stuff, and like you could just chill on like an off-ass fucking Monday night, and here we are on Memorial Day, and it's like, hell yeah, dude! Like, I'm glad that you're back at it,
Fucking A, man. I appreciate that. I'm honestly, I am glad to be back. Like it's been a couple months at this point.
Was it just outside life shit, or
I
tried to do a podcast. I've always been a fan of podcasts, but like the things that make people not want to do it anymore has always been interested to me, because I mean, like, let's say Jonathan quits streaming tomorrow, he's still gonna have all them fucking DVDs behind him, like, what's he gonna do? And like all my, like, I like wrestling, I like comedy podcasts, I'm getting into streaming and stuff, and I'm just thinking, like, I had to go through like 3 different setups to troubleshoot to get through here because of a tornado that happened like 20 minutes down the road. I'm just like, if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. So like that's my first lesson I learned. So yeah, I appreciate you for having me. Sorry for the delay. Shout out to Jonathan for being here early, but
it happens. We picked back up on it.
Always have backup plans. That's what I'm going to put on my agenda now. Is always have a backup plan. There's always a plan B.
But yeah, I just like life got fucking. The job I was at is just the most toxic stupid motherfucker.
Right.
It just like fucking had nowhere. There was no outlet. So it was.
Steak, we can kind of barely hear you there, bud. Or it might just be me.
Me? Maybe I'm.
Yep, you were too far away, I think.
Too far away. Eat the mic, fatty.
You were drowning in your sorrows. Like nobody needed to hear it, but
no one wanted to hear it. Goddamn.
Smiled and nodded. That's the thing though with streaming is like y'all are doing this on Memorial Night. You asked the other day like who's available, and it's like of course I'm gonna be up at like fucking almost midnight East Coast time to do a podcast about whatever it is with some people that I mutually know. So like always down to make an appearance.
Fuck yeah, man.
It's not just time of the year where it's like okay. Podcast, touring, Bert was on Raw, Tom was on Raw, like wrestling, crossover, where it's just like, I've been looking at like how I'm gonna like approach putting out content, doing content, and like comedy podcast number 1, talking on shit number 2, putting out just stuff that anybody would listen, or and I try, I go back to like when I was in college and Twitter was just a brand new thing, and I'm just like, all right, putting myself out there, like Jonathan said earlier, branding. Like when he came on mic, you knew who the fuck he was, like he has a reputation that preceded him, and when he comes in here, he's gonna be that dude with all the shit behind his wall, and then y'all are gonna have this conversation.
And the bright colors.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just like, how do I really brand myself? How do I come on here and say this when, at the end of the day, we're just drug addicts. Like, we're just putting shit out there. Like, I be tweeting too much. I be online too much. I just be like, thank you for the opportunity to get me on your podcast, because I mean, like, of course the world wants to hear about tornadoes and IT issues, and like, this is fancy as fuck. This is the first time like I ever used this mic, and like,
oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh my god! Shout out Micro Center, because that shit, I've been there twice and easily spent like 3 hours in the bitch twice. So
damn.
Oh yeah.
Sweeze has Daniel has a question for Sweeze. What did you think about the opening match of Raw? Gable versus
Worlds Collide, the NXT one.
Worlds Collide.
Night. It's really hard to keep up with so much wrestling that's happened, because like I was telling you on this, it's like, okay, nowadays we have Monday Night Raw on Netflix, and then they, like shoehorned in a 3-hour SmackDown, which a lot of the wrestling fans aren't super happy with because it drags and drags.
Fucking stinks.
Tuesday NXT has been just like grabbed from and used from, and like all the exciting shit that ever does happen with NXT leads into like AEW and like blah 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 tribalism. But Worlds Collide opening show all the way through the end, like whatever NXT was doing this weekend, I understand it was like they had to do that, because I knew deep down AEW has been kind of just grasping for straws, doing what they can, and if you're just a casual fan, you're just like, damn, okay, there's gonna be 3 hours on Friday, 3 hours with Saturday Night Main Event, and then 2 shows on Sunday. And what I think NXT did was just crazy, because I watched the 5-hour AEW show. Like, I will sit through the time and go through all that bullshit. Like, there was probably 15 hours of wrestling in the last 4 days, and I think as far as a whole, like, NXT Worlds Collide was one of the best shows, like, just off the rib.
They know how to do
opening shows. Yeah, Worlds Collide.
That was the AAA thing that's coming up in Money in the Bank weekend.
It is.
Fuck.
Yeah. What was it?
It was
shit! It's gonna be Gable versus Vikingo. Holy shit!
Oh,
if Gable's not paralyzed, yeah, I guess.
I thought he was asking. Oh, okay. So there was a stare down between Vikingo and Chad Gable tonight on Raw. Gable. Oh my god. Jesus.
Battleground was the name of it. That's
Battleground. Right. Okay. So I thought he was referencing Battleground, but no. Headed Up. I've seen Vikingo on the AEW shows, and he was in a match with Omega like last summer, and Vikingo's cool. Like, I don't fuck with that.
He looks like fucking like a shrunken version of Damien Demento.
Oh, remember that tall dude Tyson Tomko that was with Christian Cage?
Oh,
he kind
Tyson
of looks like
Tomko,
a
dude.
of him.
A little bit too, but he was like Tomko is the shit, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Damien Demento.
I'm a big WWE truther for like 2007 to 2019. Like the worst era that you could ever have.
I mean, I'm with you on that 2007 end of it, but I would say by 2009, 2010, I was pretty...
dude, I'm back into it in like 2014, dude. It shit sucked, but I was there.
Yeah. I was there.
Daniel Bryan, Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family.
Yeah, like, don't get me. I was for sure still watching, but I was not terribly happy about it.
A lot of people, they ask me, they're like, "Oh, Sweeze, you're into wrestling. Like, what was the era that like made you want to tune out?" And it's like, okay, my dad passed away when CM Punk walked out, like 2 weeks after that. So February 2013. Doritos Loco Taco hit in March of 2013. Coincidence? I mean, I just always wanted to have that just like in the back of my head, like all this shit that like wrestling has done with its advertisements, and that CM Punk left when he did, and the Shield, Bray Wyatt, Black and Gold NXT, all that coming up. That was a great time to be like graduating college after I did writing, and like I was writing for NoDQ.com. I don't know if you guys are like familiar with like dirt sheets, but like Aaron Rift is a person that reached out to me because I was doing like a YouTube type, I guess what you would say is like a WrestleLamia, WrestleZone, those British dudes that join us.
Cultaholic.
Yeah.
Cultaholic.
So, probably 2 to 3 years before that, but like once Cultaholic and Adam Blampier and like Simon Miller, like
the Sex Pest,
guys, like 2016.
God, he can't stop, can he?
No,
he can just go.
He can't fucking like he got back a little bit. God damn.
I can't believe the rise and downfall of Adam Blampier, part 11. Like that's
rise,
coming.
No shit.
Rise.
He
I
keeps
think
rising
back
and falling.
now, dude. I think you can come back now. I think you just
Plumpy himself.
You guys big wrestling fans? I don't know. I just came in talking wrestling because that's what's on my mind.
Definitely. I would consider myself a big fan for sure. More so WWE specifically, but I was thinking about the other day.
Bro. Fuck AEW.
Like, AEW's gay, but like even like TNA though. TNA from like 06, 07 until the time Bischoff and Hogan showed up is fucking it's not always the best television, but it was fucking always like interesting.
Shark Boy.
And a lot of times
Shark Boy and New Jack.
Yeah,
Shark Boy and fucking Curry Man can get fucked. I hated those two. I've like even as a
You
kid,
didn't like Shark Boy and New Jack though.
I never saw either one of those together, dude. Like I said, I started
like through that era,
07,
even to like
06,
where they did
07.
that Sons of Anarchy ripoff. Remember that?
Yeah.
Aces
that
Aces
was
of
pretty cool.
Eights.
It did pick back up because we got Bully Ray out of that, and that was
right.
fucking,
And
that's
stupid
vital fucking name though.
do you guys look at how far his impact has gone of Aces of Eights and Bully Ray? Like, there would not be a Bully Ray without Aces of Eights, which means he would not be on Sirius XM 5 days a week spouting the most craziest wrestling bullshit. And then they gave him the outlet of A&E show LFG, which just complete mockery of what a wrestling coach should be. But like, it's kind of just wild to see, like, if you're a casual wrestling fan, they always say Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Mick Foley, and then they go into like, oh, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and you're like, okay, well, what about Roman Reigns, or and then the conversation ends there because it's just awkward as fuck because you're like, I just want to look like a cool guy who knows about wrestling, wants to talk, and then it's like I open my mouth and I'm a fucking nerd, just like kind of.
I only know Hulk Hogan from the movies.
From the movies.
Banner with muscles.
Ugh. Dude, I don't even know. I probably have only seen like 1 or 2 Hogan movies, and I'm good with that.
They don't tell stories about his acting career 20 years later. Escape from Something Mountain, or I'll fuck with Surf Ninjas, or I'm not checking it back on 90s Hulk Hogan movies.
Yeah.
Like,
was it? Oh, I was right. 3 Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain.
Mega Mountain. Tom, bitch.
But Ben says he stopped watching when NWO came to WWE. Didn't get back into it until Shane came back that one time to have the Hell in a Cell with Taker.
Here comes the money.
Unfortunately, I watched.
You guys been into wrestling like a long time? Like, you ever been to any live events or anything like that?
Yeah, I was. I took my kid and my sister to SmackDown back in November. I think you can very briefly see my bald head in the opening segment.
At least towards the end of last year, man, I went to Raw and that was very affordable. So I really hope that
the floor seats, they weren't great.
Oh, you did floor?
So
okay.
It was floor seats, but they weren't like great views, so they were still under $200 a piece. Mm-hmm. So like splitting it, whatever, I just fucking said what each ticket cost. So it wasn't that bad of a price. But now, any of the good floor seats were fucking outrageous. But now it's got to be fucking probably double.
Floor seats.
They're really
what I'm kind of seeing is floor seats are 4 to 5 times, and any of the ones that I like about 8 to 10 rows up.
Yeah, you want to be higher up.
Even grandstand
angle.
The Ford Center, my local spot where we get it, there's really not a bad seat in the house there. So I just fucking go like to the nosebleeds, $35 a ticket. Have myself a good time, dude. They got a bar right there where I always get my seat. Like you can just pop back, get your beer or whatever, come back, sit down.
That was what was cool. I went to 2 WrestleManias. Both were at the Arlington, where the Dallas Cowboys stay or play. I was in the nosebleeds first.
No, they live there.
Yeah, they just live and have their families. They plant their seeds down there, as anything with Jerry Jones. But, that being said, with the new show that AEW is coming up with the ballpark at Arlington, like the first time I was at WrestleMania, up in the nosebleeds, and there is a bad seat. Like anything that's not like within the 2,000 to 4,000
miles
range.
Back.
So, and then once it was I walked 2 miles to my car and then sat 5 hours in traffic. So imagine like 7 hours of WrestleMania, 3 hours before, and 5 hours in traffic. It was like an 18-hour venture where it's like, is this the most I've ever stayed up in my life for wrestling? Like, probably. And in real life.
That shit's crazy. That's why I don't have any real issue or any like real compunction to go to a WrestleMania. Like,
so
that's a fucking good one. Compunction,
And now they're doing
I'm stealing
days. Yeah, like what do you do when there's 2-day events? And before COVID, 2018,
I don't go to them.
I paid $300 a night, floor seats on the 35-yard line when the ring was at the 50.
Yeah.
I don't think it's getting any better than that. The TKO prices, and they also just announced that they're pulling from New Orleans next year, and then going
back to Vegas, baby. We're going back to Vegas.
Was that confirmed, or just that they're not doing?
They're wanting to go regular in Vegas, brother.
They're wanting to do like at least how Saudi Arabia
I think it's
is for the
fucking great idea.
Yeah,
it's a fucking great idea. You can get to Vegas for almost nothing from anywhere in the United States.
Right.
A plane ticket.
Okay, that's fair.
It's
enough.
convenient. It has a billion things to do there. It's an adult theme park, and they're going to be the main attraction for a weekend. I think it's great.
Yeah. And like that kind of goes back into another thing that I'm into is comedy podcasts. Is Gankfest just did 3 years in Vegas on Fremont Street.
Yeah.
For $575 for a 3-day comedy festival, 3,000 people. So like, when it was initially, I was thinking like, okay, I'm in Amarillo, I can spend a $500 ticket, go to New Orleans. It'll be basically the same price as Vegas. But then they announced Vegas, and I'm like, I kind of like Vegas, and I kind of just like spending a couple extra $100 and making it a whole week of things. And I just don't think that every one of my friends or, like the WWE truthers and the AEW antis are going to sit here and say like, oh, they're a monopoly and we got to support the real wrestling. It's just like, stop being broke, stop complaining, and just go to fucking Vegas and enjoy it. Like, that's how life is going to be. This is our new normal, like post-COVID.
Also, New Orleans ain't that cool. Like, I don't know.
This time last year,
it's just the fact that they announced it that's fucking stupid to me. It's not that they're moving it to Vegas. Vegas makes a ton of sense. It's a bigger city. It's a more modern city. With all the fucking shit that
they fucking killed it as far as an experience this year.
Yeah,
like they accommodated everyone like perfectly. Like,
I've never seen as much content come out of this year's WrestleMania compared to others. Like, all of my people that do content wrestling wise, all the writers that used to work for TNA or back in the day, like mid 2000s, they've been able to like grow their channel and go to those WrestleCon events and all these events. Like Oklahoma City just had GalaxyCon, which had Sting for the last time. Like he's on this like Cena farewell tour of like certain events he'll be at, and Oklahoma City was the closest from Wichita, Kansas City, Nebraska, Denver, because he's not going to Denver. So like Dallas and Houston was all going to Oklahoma City, and I bought tickets for $120 for 3 days. And then I was just like, dude, I've seen Sting like 7 times in my life. Like, I understand, like, anything I go through and sit through is not going to be worth it now, just because the shit's gotten so big. So do y'all think that, like, now that Vegas is going to be the go-to, that it seems to be that way, but Does that just change how you feel about it? Like how you bring your kids around type stuff, Steak? Or
So that's what I was gonna ask. Just as far as this Vegas, is this like they want to do Mania in Vegas permanently? Because that is fucking stupid. Or is
It's
it that they want to do
Mania.
a lot
Mania.
of WWE shows in
the,
Vegas?
the way it's kind of
Mania.
been broken down between Dana White and TKO is like the week of Mania, it'll have Monday Night Raw, NXT, and then like the plethora of indie events, like let's say 5-10 events that go on, with NXT at noon on Saturday, first night WrestleMania, second night Monday Night Raw, NXT.
God.
They've moved the Performance Center to where all these people that have been living there for years have to move to Vegas potentially. They haven't like written in stone that, but like they took all their developmental people that they had neighborhoods of in Florida, which they've established for like 12 years, to be like, all right,
Yeah.
you guys have 3 months to go to Vegas. And
All the TKO heads
like,
live in
admittedly,
Vegas.
though, that arena they did, those events they've done, everything that they've been putting on has been top notch. Like, I'm glad that TKO's involved, but like, I'm also not broke as shit being like, I can't afford this. It's like, I'll go to the ones I want to go to. So, no, that's just how it's been. And that's how it's kind of been with comedy is like, I'm not going to a comedy show every 6 weeks. I'm going to a comedy show every quarter and traveling for ones I want to. And like Skankfest New Orleans doesn't have the enticing thing to me because of WrestleMania pulling out. I was going to use that trip to like scout the upcoming. So
Gotcha.
it didn't work out that way. So like I'm just planning on not going to, you know, either of the others and figuring out where I fall and just being like, Skankfest, New Orleans, comedy podcast, wrestling. And another thing about it too is, do y'all be tweeting during live events? Like, do y'all get a lot of flack during like covering stuff? Or
I don't ever do any of that shit just because I can't fucking deal with it. I can't. I don't know, get my feelings out in a way that's not going to get me fucking suspended.
Yeah, I like to just do it on the fly. So I think I'm a little different than you.
At this point, though, I feel like they have every single fucking IP address that I could possibly get my hands on. So, like, when that's gone, it's gone. I'm fucked. Because, like, I tried, like, years, like, I lost my original account telling someone I hope that they get COVID.
Oh, damn.
Which
I lost my account
really
for just like logging in at a different place. Like, is this the America we live in with Elon in charge of X? You can't tell them during COVID that they can get COVID?
COVID is best.
Did you really have that intent, though? Did you really, like, hope that they get COVID and it's the worst of the COVIDs?
Well, I said that. I mean, I did say it to them.
Do you stand by it?
I do, but because I also don't feel like that's... Like, I'm not wishing someone stabs you to death. No, like, maybe, hey, a week, you got to take the week off. You know, you got too hot.
Shit, like,
you know,
a 24-hour ban would probably get the message across. So just like, all right, you need to chill out. You need to be cool. Like, don't be saying that.
But, like, the whole thing was, like, it was that fag Jack that was in charge back when this happened.
Yeah.
But now this fucking, this South African fag is fucking, I like, well... Are you sure this was bad? And he just goes, yeah, that's not cool. You can't do that. Fucking hand job. I hope he gets COVID.
Yeah.
But, like, for real. The real one. The one that, like, shuts your lungs down.
The one that only, what was it? We were hearing so much about the ballet theater arts people on Broadway of how they just lost all functions in their lungs. And then it's
that's
like,
from the AIDS.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, okay, when it really hit home to me was when Luke Harper passed away and all that, and Bray Wyatt, and I'm like, okay, guys, we need to take this COVID shit serious. It wasn't, though, and I'm like,
It is funny how much they didn't want that to be COVID, and maybe it's not, but because like it was just kind of, it was gross. It fucking, you know, like everything, it was two sides. All the fucking lefty homos were going, it with COVID, it had to be the right wingers. They're covering it up, you know. And then it's just like the Reds, the fucking, you know, the right faggots like, no, COVID's not real. That was a gunshot wound that put him on a ventilator. You got shot by trans.
You responded to the wrong tweets. AEW Fight Forever will have your fucking head. And that's kind of just what I was like. So now that you're back into doing pods recently, I don't know what's you guys' connection? Have you guys known each other long? Do you guys have a background in doing pods or?
Yeah, we've been friends for 5 years, 6, somewhere in there. 2019, 2020, somewhere in that ballpark.
How would you equate like internet relationships? Like if I've been like friendly with somebody since I was like a freshman in high school for whatever hip hop message board, G Unit, 50 Cent, fuck Ja Rule. Like if I've been talking to someone for 20 years and like I don't vouch for them, like I don't know them who they are as a person, but if we get on a stream, like do you have those levels of like connections of like inner family, content people, fucking dudes from message boards, Sweeze from Twitter, like
I think as far as on here, most of the people that I'm fucking around with are people that I know pretty well.
I think because
you are probably the furthest person that's like outside of my.
I feel like I'm very brand new. Like I feel like I'm very unfamiliar, and my intention is to come into this like very friendly, open to critique or whatever. But I mean, since it is just a whole lot of new positivity, like since you announced that I was coming on and like we're gonna do a show, I was like very excited. It's like hell yeah, I'm gonna get to know his audience. And I'll tell you, like I've had a couple people reach out to me and be like, dude, hope you're fucking ready to go on. We're really rooting for you. It's just like, who the fuck are you, dude? Like, I'm here to have a good time. So it's always a good sign when somebody's like audience reaches out before you go live. Is like, don't fuck up. You better stay in line, bro. Like, don't be a fucking weirdo.
Man. They'll get you.
It wasn't to that extent, but it's still pretty cool that people go to fight for people.
So Ben Grimm said he was at GalaxyCon. Sting costed $20 more than Foley. But he asked who we would consider the bigger star. Like, I feel more people would know Foley if you walked up to them on the street and asked.
Dark Side of the Ring, I don't know if you guys are too familiar with, but Vice, they've been doing a good series. It's about season 5 or 6 now. I really think that Mick Foley, and I was a big fan of Mick Foley, Attitude Era, but personally, like, I've read his books, and he's very proud of those books. He's probably more proud of the books and his family and, like, his stories. So, like, when I saw Dark Side of the Ring, that was, like, more impactful to me. And with Sting, like, Sting was my first wrestling match that I remember facing Hulk Hogan at Starrcade 97. And then I followed him all through TNA, like we mentioned that it was pretty dope. Mm-hmm. Like, he was a big part of that. And then when he came to WWE and they did their WrestleMania, that was one of my favorite WrestleManias, like top 10 definitely in California. I don't like how it went down. Being a bigger star in GalaxyCon, I did see the $120 to see Sting versus the $89 to see Mick Foley. And there were a lot of different things to see Mick Foley. Like, I think they got a Kelly. There was a Kelly, a Boogeyman. There was like a different package you could have for the Mick Foley $89 compared to just the Sting for $120.
Wait, so they'd pull in Kelly to
they're like
work
in
with
different
Mick Foley
and hours, like whatever you. Yeah, so like if you're signing,
it was
up
a Mick Foley package, but you could add on Kelly.
Yeah, so like
just,
if
hey,
Sting
Barbie,
was
come
from,
over here.
Yeah,
Sweetheart,
so and that's what I was just so confused. They were calling her Barbie, and I'm like, that sounds more of like degrading than just Kelly. Like, so it was when I was looking at the site, when I was looking at GalaxyCon, like I'm 4 hours from Oklahoma City, and I was off that day, so I decided like, oh, I could take 2 days and go and see Sting because he was there from 11 to 1:30. You could pay $129, meet and greet. But then at the other time, there were so many other people like Beth from The Walking Dead or Glenn from The Walking Dead or, you know, just a random assortment of other. So you're just like trying to figure out your day. And it's like, fuck, Sting for 3 hours and I just get a handshake and like a, oh my God, I love you, Sting. Thank you. And it's like, no, I'm not going to be that dude. So I went with the Kelly shit. Like there were just like 7 or 8 people compared to Sting, And then Mick Foley was just like, "Hey, I'm here with Kelly Kelly and Boogeyman." It's like, fuck.
I'd like to walk out
so.
of a convention with Kelly Kelly.
Oh, dude.
It's about the only reason I'd ever go to a convention, I think.
There was WrestleMania that Shane McMahon jumped off the Hell in a Cell, and I was at the hotel where WrestleCon was, WrestleMania something. It was with Roman Reigns and Brock. But it was right around the year that Tiger King had came out. So there was this dude with like Blade Runners. Like he had ended up, I guess he got his leg bitten by a lion or tiger at Tiger King Ranch in Oklahoma. But it was right around when Tiger King came out on Netflix. They were at WrestleMania. They were at the con. They were out there taking pictures. And then he ended up like grabbing some girl. And it's just like, dude, like maybe the Tiger King people and the wrestling people don't have such a crossover like someone expected. So like they do be having those hotels where it's just like anything can happen. But I'm super thankful that they're going to Vegas because, you know, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So
yeah, it's two different kinds of trash, I think, wrestling fans and Tiger King fans. So they don't necessarily line up. But anyway, so what we were doing, Sweeze, before you hopped on is we were getting ready to kind of throw out
bull in a china
what I guess
shop.
would be our the Mount Rushmore stand-up wise. Which means 4 folks. Mount Rushmore is 4. It's not 18 like some people try to do. But your 4 favorite. Doesn't have to be necessarily... Or are we going best of all time or our top 4 favorite?
Yours, not like okay. No, just what's your favorite? We're not
doing like a formula. It's like, well, based on my...
No, I don't give a fuck. Because like based on that, like Dane Cook is probably like...
I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't have a...
Yeah, no, fuck you. No, fuck you. Yeah. If you go based off like metrics, like seriously, probably Dane Cook is up there.
Unfortunately,
sure.
Yeah.
As far as impact, definitely.
But so what?
I really liked Dane Cook when I was a teenager, but I see where it was a problem.
I liked that Vicious Circle one, or so. Yeah, it was Vicious Circle.
That's
I liked it when I watched it the first time. Watching it years later,
he grates on you.
I do not even know what I found funny. Truly. I fucking don't get it. But so what we'll do is we'll each run around, we'll throw one out. They don't have to be in any order. It's not like a ranking. It's just favorite 4. So I'll do one, Jonathan will do one, Sweeze will do one, whatever. But Sweeze, since this is your first time, we'll have you go. Number 1, stand up Mount Rushmore.
I'm gonna go Louis C.K. Just for impact and time and collection, body of work, Louis the TV show. If we're thinking just stand up, always one of the ones most consistent for me.
It's a good one.
Even
I do like
after
that.
being canceled, I think he was able to do that. I think he's really revitalized his career and he's been able to adapt, which I don't think a lot of the people I think of in comedy are able to do that successfully. So, I mean, I don't think that you guys... Like, it's not commonplace that people checked out the Joe List movie he did, but that also led into, like, the Matt and Shane Presidents podcast, which is probably one of my biggest things. So, like, taking into account, like, who's most impactful to me, Louis C.K., number 1, Mount Rushmore.
I like that one. Jonathan, what do you got?
Number 1 for me is George Carlin. Like, period. My dad introduced me to Carlin when I was like 10 years old. Because HBO would run Carlin specials it seemed like, at least every weekend, right? And so, like, that was like the first, like, he made my dad laugh, right? So, like, that was cool. And I didn't really understand the shit he was talking about. And every time I go back and I watch Carlin, like, he's like teaching. He's not really a stand-up comedian, man. Like, philosopher isn't a job, right? Like, that's not a job. Like, that he was.
Comedians are actually the modern day philosophers.
Not all of them. He was
actually they all.
He was
only 250 of them.
He was different entirely. Like, he's holding like court, like when he's doing stand up. It's not joke. It's like set up punchline. It's very different.
Shut it down, Bruno. You smell like an anchovies cunt. Sorry.
That's it.
Yeah. So, that is all I've prepared.
You're all out, huh?
All right, so I like both of those, and we should just before I get one off my chest, I think if one of your guys gets picked, you got to find someone else.
Oh,
right off the bat, those two would have been on mine.
Okay, that's a good way to go about it. We have to talk about more.
Yeah, I'm gonna pivot away. Then I'm gonna go with the one that I don't think would get picked, but I want to make sure because he's very important to my fucking DNA comedically. I think.
You're gonna take
and
one
that would
from
be
my board. I know it.
Mr. Jim Norton.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see you really. Yeah.
It is my fucking. He is my guy, my comedian. We have a lot of the same tastes. But he's just such the self-deprecation is fucking just it really caught on for me, and I really like just so fucking funny. So like that is just where I attack shit from. Just fucking saying, like just as simple. And it's not just him. This thing is all like fucking Colin Quinn, Robert Kelly, Patrice O'Neill, like all those seller guys. Just a fucking nice shirt, stupid, nice hat, stupid, nice just that whole fucking just yeah. What are you fucking? Imagine you trying to put on something nice, you fucking idiot. But
oh man,
all of his fucking stand-up specials to me are like top tier. I laugh from start to finish, because he's just a fucking sad sack. Like his opening little like vignettes are always great. Like he's got the one with fucking Ozzy Osbourne on the toilet. There's the one where Robert De Niro spanks his ass.
Do you think because of his influence with CK, I don't know, I got into comedy mid 2000s, but Jim Norton with Louis, with Patrice and Opie and A, like they say, do you think that he was able to be a teller of the times, and that's why he's so respected, is because he does warrant a presence in the room when he does whatever it is? What thing is dog shit, but if it's hilarious dog shit, people are just gonna be okay, yeah, that's Jim Norton. Because, people who aren't Jim Norton fans, like you said, I have friends that don't necessarily like the specials, but like him on radio.
Yeah.
So, does that play for him? I think it does in his favor, honestly.
It's definitely interesting in, I guess, that way. Because I've heard a lot of people say they don't like his stand-up that much. But, yeah, he is probably the quickest motherfucker I have ever heard personally. As far as Jesus fucking Christ, my brain. As far as fucking just being able to hit the funniest fucking thing at the exact right time, just to bust the fucking room up. And it's two sides of the same coin. Nobody has ever made Anthony Cumia laugh harder than Jim Norton. And same can be said in reverse.
One of only a few people that could get that compliment, and it only mattered to them. Because what I like Jim Norton about is that he's so let's fucking do this for comedy, let's fucking do this for this, and it's motherfuckers aren't even thinking about that type of shit. And just the fact that he's still thinking that 25 to 30 years in, it's just okay, well, this dude fucking gets it always, because he has been that way towards people that are just new to the scene. So, which I've heard, which is really inspiring, and that's kind of why I do hold him up higher, is just because of I don't care that you've been doing this for 4 months compared to somebody who's been doing this for 4 years. I'm gonna treat you with the respect if you're fucking funny, and that's kind of just what I roll with,
So, after round one. Dan Shine has a question. Thoughts on Jeff Ross?
It's kind of a hack, but
yeah, very, very hacky. Very falls into what you're looking for. If
he's a really good hack, though.
It's gonna be something that's fabricated, Comedy Central written. I don't know how much of it is actually him, and if a lot of it is actually him, then I don't think that he's that funny. But it's just because he showed his ass on recent years, which, understanding, he probably should have gotten the respect he deserves in the element and the environment that I was in. Skankfest is not a good fucking to check the pulse of the
he's boomer Tony Hinchcliffe, but I'm not
God, that's kind of true.
Who the fuck am I, though? I mean, honestly, I'm fucking.
You know what
nobody
though? Actually,
for this
I have to
shit.
defend Jeff Ross a little bit. He fucking clears Tony Hinchcliffe every day of the
Oh,
week. Still,
times, yeah. Boomer Tony Hinchcliffe is pretty sick.
That's great.
I think Tony would hear somebody being called that and be like, "You're fucking welcome." Just like,
Yeah.
Tony would be so hyped.
Well, what do you think? I'm gonna suck your cock, guys.
Fucking cigarette.
I will.
I
It
don't
was so
actually.
weird.
I actually don't hate Tony Hinchcliffe.
Like in person, seeing the
way.
dynamic between Jamie
We're done with
Kennedy
this.
and Tony Hinchcliffe and Jeff Ross, and for some fucking reason, Jay and Silent Bob, because it's Skankfest and they're judging some shit. Like,
Yeah.
we were able to see those Boomer Tony Hinchcliffes interact, and like Jay Muse is like, "Why are you guys being so fucking weird? We're just here to hang out." It was. There's a reason why that wasn't released after the live.
Did y'all see Donnell Rollins crash out? Or...
Oh, well, I mean,
No.
Kill
Oh, yeah.
Tony, or when he left after the.
No, not Kill Tony. This was
Recently.
a different
Oh,
thing.
shit.
Yeah. He got really upset.
I know that he was on Rogan and was trying to like say that the Kill Tony, him being embarrassed by an open micer, went a different way. And then Rogan called Tony, and Tony's like, "Donnell is lying. He should be fucking assassinated." What he is saying puts the comedy gods to shame. And then Donnell Rawlings is just like, "Oh my god, Joe Rogan, this is my moment. Why are you doing that?" And it's just like,
I'm rich, bitch.
yeah. So like something.
Is he
else
one of the
happened.
assassins?
I quit paying attention to Donnell Rawlings. Jonathan, I'm sorry.
I think is he one of the assassins though? Like is he
I don't think. I think the assassins are. Fuck. Who are the
like
assassins?
the Avengers?
It's a good thought. Who are the assassins?
The 250 comedy assassins.
Tony's in there, yeah, for sure. I mean,
No, I mean Donnell, not Tony.
Oh, damn. Nah. I'll take Donnell out of there and put Donald. Shit.
Billy says Jeff Ross needs someone on stage with him to make fun of. I haven't heard him just do stand up.
That's
His
true.
bumping mics with Attell.
Dude, I did end up like fucked up in a back room, and I ended up in a theater, and it was Jeff Ross bumping mics, and I'm like, is this funny or am I just too fucked up? And then I looked over and like the person next to me's face was like morphing, and I'm like, okay, I just gotta get the fuck out of here.
I'm fucked
And
up.
like in a nutshell, that's how Skankfest is. It's just like when people's faces start morphing next to you, the shit on stage isn't funny. So fuck
4,500 people just all having separate trips.
God, and they're all just gas station ladies and evil KFC workers. Like, I'm not, and I'm there. And it's fucking crazy. Also, I don't know how big a comedy fan you are, Jonathan, but did you guys check out the send-off for the Tim Butterly show that was posted on Friday?
Oh, I did not.
Oh, it's a fucking... I must recommend that to you and your
So
audience.
here's what I'm gonna ask though. This will determine if I watch this or not. How much of it is Sidney Gant present for?
Oh, dude, they bring him in. He's a good friend. There's Shaner's there. They're promoting their podcast. It's a good 35 minutes, but it's funny.
Okay,
I
good.
mean,
I can
it's-
skip that then.
Like, Sidney Gant definitely talks a little bit, but Durag and the Deer Tag come on, and then Mike Rainey and Butterly have a victory lap with Noah for like 45 minutes at the end.
You see,
It's
if
2
you could
hours
just
and
get
40
rid
minutes.
of Noah and Sidney
Boom.
Gant, that would be
Yeah.
a perfect show.
I-
Sidney Gant's fucking worthless. I don't get the fucking appeal because he's black. He's not funny.
When they
Anthony
like
Moore's
hyped
funnier
up
than
his
fucking
story of,
Sidney.
oh my god, dude, we rode from the airport to Fremont with Sidney, and he freaked out on an Indian. They told that on like 4 different podcasts of how Sidney was just a fucking asshole, and then Sidney's like, I do be doing that, huh, guys? Like, isn't that so cool? I have a white wife. Like, fuck, you guys should appreciate it more. Like, I'm bringing some fucking, and it's just like, no, Sidney. You're not fucking funny, and I'm listening to be laugh. Like, I'm listening to laugh at shit. Like, come on. So, yeah, I don't fuck with their podcast, even if Butterly did give them a big fucking listen to their podcast, like and subscribe.
No,
Do you reckon the
thank
Deer
you,
Tag
Tim.
guys were funny? Mike
They are funny.
Rainey and Tim Butterly with Dad Me are going to is this just going to end up with a dad meeting friends and it's the same fucking people doing comedy that were in Philly just doing it in Austin for 4 months now, or what?
It does feel that way, and I think that's gonna fucking hurt a lot of shit, but hopefully I'm wrong. But anyway, let's get back to the task at hand. We gotta go round 2 here.
Yeah, very much tasks.
What do we got? We got number 2 on your Mount Rushmore, Sweeze.
I'm a very new comic fan as far as consistency. I went with Louis C.K. first round. I'm going with Joe List based on specials and being hilarious and like having a theme, and then subsequently going on different podcasts to making it known that he's his own kind of entity while being able to be different from like, oh, I was brought on to whatever Fully Comedy Festival and that's how to promote my special. So Joe List, recent times, that's what I fuck with.
I like that. I like Joe List. Jonathan, what do you think about Joe List? How familiar are you?
I don't know a lot of Joe List, I'll be honest.
Oh. Definitely give him a watch. I know him. He's more so a fucking big podcast guy to me.
Yeah.
Like, I know he's got his specials and shit, but like him on YKWd.
I know Bert doesn't like him.
In the regs.
So he must be a good guy. If Bert doesn't like him,
Jesus
good
Christ.
dude.
What possible reason? Because Joe List probably told him the fucking truth once.
Oh, you haven't heard that story about?
Is Joe the Truth List, baby?
Like Joe List ordered like he went and ate pizza and like or something to this effect, and Bert had paid for like a big like seafood dinner or something. Yeah, you have to go back and find it, but he was just being an asshole to Joe List for no good reason.
Joe List is a good pick. So says Faticus. Well, Jonathan, who's your second?
Chris Rock.
Oh, shit. That came out of left field.
He doesn't have a bad special.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
Did you watch those? Was there 1 or 2 those live Netflix ones?
Just the one Netflix one is pretty solid.
Or whatever the fuck.
Pretty solid.
I was kind of thinking of Chris Rock because he doesn't have a bad special, and even on his latest Netflix, he did flub a line, but like cohesively, I would put him up there.
Yeah, not a bad special.
I like
in the bunch.
I like the shit. Yeah, see, and Faticus brings it up. You love bigger
and blacker. It's fucking. It's a perfect special.
No
that is actually thinking about it.
Room.
That was one of the specials. I don't remember a whole lot of it. I haven't seen it in years, and probably 20 years for sure.
And that
was one of the fucking specials. One of those specials that was on Comedy Central that got me like into stand-up. It was like that special. Oh, yeah. Dave Chappelle's Killing Him Softly.
Yes.
And fuck. There's a lot of those premium blends, just the various fucking ones that there were. Probably Dane Cook's. Robert Kelly's was great.
Dude, I watched so much premium blend.
I do
so much premium blend. And I watch Comedy Central on a loop.
Like wonder what the hell those people are. Like Peacock or it's Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus has been amazing. Yeah. Oh my god, my dog freaking out. I'm just kidding.
But
apologies for that.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Premium blend.
Hey man,
who are your favorite premium blend? Because did you ever see a Mark Norman on premium blend? That's one that was one of my favorites. It was where he was just like getting sober, and he like goes out there and he's like, "It was the worst I've ever done." And they did it like Tuesdays with Stories about it, but like
comedy
blend was a moment,
Yep, comedy.
Your queef. That's good.
Yeah, I actually don't hate. I don't hate Mark Norman.
I fucking really, I don't hate him, but I certainly don't like him. I can't hear his voice. His Twitter is, oftentimes entertaining. Like I've laughed quite a bit at certain fucking tweets he's put out.
I think he's like a legit comedian, like in like the truest word.
His socials or like in a true comedian way.
What's that?
Do you think he has like someone running his socials in like a true comedian way? Is what you mean, or something?
Oh, Yeah, maybe. I
Because
don't know.
his fucking social, like his ex makes no fucking sense to me, being like a fan of his pod or who he is as a Netflix, whatever specials he's put out. And like, he's just like, here, a dog shit line. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But
okay.
like they're like, oh yeah, cute. That's funny. Like, that's clever. How clever. But I don't know. I don't like Mark Normand. And Billy, I don't fucking like Big J. Okerson either. I have never fucking understood this cat's hype. Like, all the way back when he had fucking long hair and in the gloves. I didn't give a shit. He's not funny to me. You guys can have him. Enjoy him all you want.
I was a huge fucking supporter of Big J when it was like I was into
crowd work is good.
Comedy shows that are 30, 40 people. But like, if Bert brings him out on Fully Loaded and he fucking shits the bed, and then I travel 5 hours to a show where him and Nick Mullen and Shane do something and he shits the bed, like, how many fucking chances can I give Big J when crowd work is not that fucking great? He's gonna say the same shit. It's not.
You guys ever seen a big dick before?
Right, and
weed?
I stood in fucking line for 2.5 hours to go at Skankfest to his special, Dog Belly. And then I got the fuck out of line and went to Here's the Scenario and like another podcast.
Oh, hell yeah,
and,
dude.
like, I did that because it was just like, fuck this. This is bullshit. Like, you guys are making a mockery. Okay, cool. Like, you wanted to fucking film Big J's special here. But, like, the fat dude fell through a fucking chair at Skankfest. Would Dog Belly be anything more memorable if that didn't happen? Like, no, he talked about Vegas shit and how wild it is we're here. And, like, all the audience is wondering, like, yeah, how fucking wild it is that Skankfest is, like, on Fremont. But, like, I'm not a big fan of Big J either.
No. So, I am going to throw out my fucking number 2 here. It's a big one. Shocked he wasn't taken. Another former seller.
I know who it is.
Bill Burr.
Oh, okay.
Is gonna
that
be
makes sense.
My next guy. Same kind of reasons, just that fucking almost impotent rage. Just at everything and everyone at all fucking times.
Yeah.
It's a thing that is really just I identify.
It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter.
He just really plays.
Yeah, these fucking mothers who know, bending over at the waist, putting DVDs, DVD trays.
When you saw him
this fucking guy,
Pete Davidson for being a fucking dumb child. What was that movie?
King of Staten Island.
King of Staten Island. Bill Burr.
Like, Burr was great.
That's how my grandma knows Bill Burr as. So I like to just tell her that it's just like, okay, this is the dude that's rambling. Yeah, he's rambling about basketball. That's just because, the Celtics fucked up everything. But, like, he's really fucking good, Grandma. He's really funny. So, no, I respect that pick. Just for the lulz.
And it's another thing, like, just... Everyone's like, oh, Bill Burr changed and he's a cook now. Like, no, he's not. He hasn't changed a fucking ounce. Like, it's the same fucking dude that was just...
that he's given in his later years. Like, people call him a bitch and say that he's, like, has a black wife and is so fucking, like, bull in
it's
a
not
China
true.
shop. And it's
he doesn't have a black wife.
That's like the accusation. You have a black wife.
that was why a lot of people were pissed around here.
The fuck did you say?
I mean, people were mad at that fact, I guess. It's the product of where I grew up, I guess.
The Deep South. Oh, Billy Bean. Metzger was funny before he jumped into the conspiracy stuff, backing Jimmy Dore. He killed it with Kyle Dunnigan.
I think Metzger was.
I lost all respect for Metzger.
Yeah, like I
lost all respect for Metzger when Luis Gomez fucking bitched him out.
That was because I mean everybody talks about how
never really
Metzger
liked
has
Metzger
the
either,
Schumer shit and then he just gets so like, oh my god, let me fucking tell you, let me talk.
Like,
are you gonna let me talk? Are you gonna let me talk? And that's how Metzger is on a podcast.
I remember the fucking. Dude. Yeah, he's awful, but I remember he got fucking so, like, I think it was around that time with the Louis J. Gomez thing. The Opie and Anthony subreddit was still a thing, like the OG one, not even like one of the 6 that they used before they just got wiped off the face of the earth. Fucking like he ended up going at them. He's just fucking strung out on coke, fucking just raging against a bunch of fucking fat old slobs from Long Island.
Schumer, fuck you, you pieces of shit. And then everyone says, it's Comedy Central. And he's like,
fucking bug eyes.
Okay, well, they paid me $4,200 a month. And they're like, well, it was for 4 fucking months. And he's like, okay, that's fine. I paid my bills. Like that's how the Twitter interactions were going in 2014.
I like Colin Quinn called him a Bosnian war criminal.
Yeah, because, I mean,
and that's
visually can't even identify what the fuck he is. Like, it's so true. So, like, Louis J. Gomez threw a drink at Kurt Metzger. Jonathan, are you familiar with, like, Crackamico? Like, how he, like, highlighted that or anything like that? Are you that deep into
I'm not
comedy?
actually a big, like, Legion to Skanks fan.
Cool, because, but you do remember, like, when Louis fucking blew up at Kurt, right?
Nah, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I'm just being...
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's podcast junk.
That's where I'm gonna have to live and learn, Steak. And thank you for having me here. And I've embarrassed myself too much, so I'm just kidding. Yeah. Shout out Trash though.
Hell yeah, man! Trash podcast.
Cool. My internet was fucked, but check out Trash Podcast.
Jason Zod,
John Hunter. And they do Trash Goes to the Movies. They're interviewing different podcast fans. So, like, if you aren't tapped in, like, Jonathan, I feel like I got tapped into a fucking comedy niche on Reddit, like, way after the fact. Like, comedy pods have not been fucking popular, just like wrestling hasn't been popular either. So, like, I'm kind of comfortable with just being like, okay, I like this huge... subjective shit that some people are going to call me an idiot for liking, so I'm going to tweet about it and just like promote them and like blah blah blah, but like I'm going to eventually do my own podcast and like everything that Steak's doing. Like, shout out to Steak for being a part of the community, just because we don't necessarily think that podcasts are actually doing great nowadays, but like, there's not a lot to support, but tornadoes happened in my area. I want to do a podcast. I want to talk about the important shit. Thank you for Steak for inviting me, and thank you for being a backup plan. You were here. I mean, we got to talk about horror movies too. Like, what would you say your horror movies are? And we're still doing Mount Rushmore, so keep it on topic.
Exactly. We'll get to the horror movies. Sweeze, what's your number 3 on this fucking...
My number 3 is Shane Gillis, and it's just because the redemption story.
That's a good one.
Like, it's the one that like I went to his Austin special, and
nice.
That was like so welcoming, and like Bonfire, Big J had him on. Dan Soder was really sweet to Shane. Mm-hmm. He was just a dude from Pennsylvania that eventually was doing jokes with Chappelle, and then went on to Saturday Night Live 3 years after getting canceled. Like, we don't have to fucking tell you guys the Shane Gillis redemption story, the rise and the fall, because why the fuck was there even a fall? Because he was just talking about Chinese shit, and like, fuck them, dude. That's why they do live there.
And like,
the shit looks fucked up. He wasn't wrong.
It wasn't even Chinese people. It was the white fucking landlords he was shitting on. Let them live in Chinatown. I'm not going to say the word.
Not going to say it. But yeah, I mean, so he was announced. Here's the timeline. He was announced on like a fucking Sunday afternoon. Then the next day, everything's like victory lap. And then he's like headed to the Legion of Skanks. This is getting to my next point. My 4th Mount Rushmore is Louis J. Gomez, but spoiler alert. He's the point guard of podcasting, got Shane to there, but 3rd and 4th pick is Shane Gillis, Louis J. Gomez. And it's because that's how I got into this shit, and that's why I'm here. And like, thank you for jumping on, Jonathan. Thank you, Steak, for inviting me.
Yeah, no.
That's just exactly what I'm into, is comedy, podcasts, and like... a lot of shit goes off the rails, but like Mount Rushmore.
Wrestling.
I can't imagine fucking Louis J. Gomez and Matt and Shane. Well, I'm saying Matt and Shane. But like, let's say Louis J. Gomez, Shane, Joe List, and Louis C.K. on a mountain. That's gonna be a fucking bad time. Like,
That's not a bad comedy lineup, though, my man.
I know, it's the best. I fucking hate it.
I mean, with those four, someo's getting pushed off the mountain if they're actually
Ari
on a literal
Shaffir showing up and shitting in front of someone's gonna be like that. Like, there you go, Skankfest in a nutshell. I don't have to go to New Orleans. Boom, boom, bap.
Alrighty. Jonathan, number 3.
Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Actually shocked he made it this far.
Yeah. It is. You know what, though? Like, he's good. He's fucking hilarious. I only like his fucking HBO stand-up special.
To me, he's just that dude that was smoking a cigarette in Blue Streak in the beginning. Like, I kill him softly.
Blue Streak's that's an underrated.
No, dude, if we're gonna talk about his movie career, you go Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
Oh, shut up.
He's not.
I've never seen it, but actually, Mel Brooks. Most of Mel Brooks' shit is.
I loved it when I was a kid, man. But I think like it's very kid-like humor. But I mean, I still love it today.
I think that's a lot of that stuff. It's kid-like, but it's also that weird.
If you haven't seen
Jewish kind of humor.
If you haven't seen it, it's funny.
Yeah. Billy says Lewis grows on you. He could be funny, but he can be a tryhard sometimes, and that's a little bit also what endears you to him.
Yeah, bodybraincoffee.com. Pre-sale is going to next Friday. It's got Osma Gwynawall, Placenta Gwynawall, and all this other stuff. Body Brain Coffee, 20% off if you lose the promo Lewis the Skanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sweeze, who has just had a stroke.
Yes. Body Brain Coffee and its ashwagandha just sent me off the rails. How can they just send me off the rails, doggy? It's too fucking much. I'm body brain to the gills, bruh.
And Billy says Bobby Kelly was funny when I saw him about 5 years ago, but it was mostly fat guy stuff. Soder was funny, but he does the same bits for years. I get everything.
I fucking love Soder, dude.
Those guys are both fucking amazing.
I've seen Soder do a fucking Bluetooth speaker while his girlfriend's fucking while he's showering. And I'm just like, Soder, there's so much more than this. Talk about your playing cards. Talk about anything else. Like, we don't have to hear about you almost jacking off in front of your almost hot super fiance.
Do Macho
Shout
Man.
out Katie Nolan.
Yeah. Do Chappelle.
Yeah. I love Louis J. Gomez.
Okay. I live in a trash can. I'm Dave Chappelle. Remember that time?
My number 3. I almost thought this is where you were going to go, Jonathan. But my number 3, we gotta darken things up a little bit. Patrice O'Neal.
Ooh, Patrice.
Okay. Elephant in the
Room. Really like New York comedy, which makes sense.
Oh, I do. That's fucking.
Sorry.
That is now Jonathan.
Brain fart.
Jay Stingray gets fucking on my ass all the time about how much I just like anything on the West Coast really just turns me off. Austin shit is kind of doing the same thing. Like Philly's funny, but like that's a relatively recent thing. New York always been fucking funny. Yeah. Like LA, no one's mad. Everyone's just they get all the sunshine and happiness. You know, in New York, it's fucking cold 3/4 of the year. It's cold and miserable. There's too many.
Yeah, but it comes off as whiny. But I mean, I get. Sometimes. I do like a lot of those guys. It's just interesting. I didn't realize like you lean that heavily into New York. That's interesting.
The heart of my fucking thing.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm just
it's interesting. Yeah, it's a very
good to know.
Hard skew. But yeah, so let's finish this guy up, Sweeze. Who's your number 4?
My number 4, definitely like tying everything up. Like I got into comedy late, but I've always liked success stories. So Ali Sadiq out of Houston.
Oh fuck yeah.
Domino Effect. He's done a couple of those. I think he has 4 out. And then he has a special Domino Effect 1 through 3, and then he has My Sons Part 1 and 2 that he recently released. So Ali Sadiq, and that's just because the area that I'm in is like okay. Where I got into comedy was late 2010. So like Louis C.K., Joe List, Ali Sadiq, Shane, those are the most impactful for me. So, like, putting Ali Sadiq on a Mount Rushmore of comedy might seem like super, like, what the fuck?
Wait a minute.
Who is this guy?
Hold on. I just thought about something.
Okay.
You already picked your fourth.
Yeah.
It's Louis J. Gomez.
Hey. Well, my fifth will be Ali Sadiq. Well, damn it, I love Louis. I'm sorry.
They got to share.
You guys were... Hey, Steak, you expected a shit show when you invited me on.
Oh, yeah.
You said, who's available? I said, I am. And I'm really wanting to do my pod in the inspiration of, like, you months from now. So I jumped in here, like, super unconfident, not chill, not cool. But I came in through, and I was super cool, super chill. Louis J. Gomez will always be number one in our hearts, okay? That's what I want to say.
Listen, if you don't like Louis J. Gomez...
Fucking Gas Digital. The website works flawlessly. Fuck it. I don't care. Shout out Zach Amico's Morning Zoo and all the things they're doing.
Hell yeah,
oh
brother.
My God.
But
We
I also
completely shit the bed on this steak.
Oh yeah. It's a train wreck, but
dude, I woke up at 6 p.m. and tornadoes were ripping apart my neighborhood. Like, this is not a fucking good time to podcast, but we did it. Miracles happen, Steak.
This is a miracle that we even got this far.
Like,
but I want to shout out Patrice real quick though. Shout out to the Scarecrow Show, man. That's my fucking best friend in the world, old Johnny Yukonevich. But yeah, Patrice O'Neal's special Elephant in the Room is one of the fucking funniest and most rewatchable from anyone all time. It's a top 5 special.
Is there two? Is there two on Netflix or where are they? Like,
no, he's only got one special. He's got I think he's got a one night only, an HBO one, or one night stand. I think they were called, but
I've seen
only one like full hour.
And like I always see like go check the O&A archives, and it's like some shit on YouTube that's like from 7 years ago. And it's like,
dude, but like that's fucking what it is, and it's actually it's older than that. It's just when they uploaded it.
Right,
the shit's
like,
from like turn of the century.
When Rich Ross was losing his mind, like when Rich Ross had a problem in his life, and Jimmy Norton wasn't holding shit together, and it's just like, okay, well, I don't know. Maybe you guys need to fucking stop talking bullshit. And Sweeze, take off the beanie, take off the fucking sunglasses. Steak sauce is your friend, and we're here to talk about it. I mean, that's just what it is. Is like being online too much is just crazy because, like, where do you like aim to go with your direction of your show? Are you just like tapping in and saying like, hey, and what's up to all your friends and going on pods, or like you weren't even looking to go on pods type things? Like, I know that you took a break, but like, what's the status of the channel?
I mean, what I want to do with this is eventually, I mean, it's the pie in the sky kind of fucking best case scenario thing is that I get to do this full time at some point.
Right.
Now I know that's like so fucking far out of the realm of probably happening.
I hope
like,
I wasn't.
That's what we're pushing.
When I message you in the morning tomorrow, I'm like, I hope I wasn't a nuisance, and I hope that you inviting me on wasn't a problem.
Oh no,
like,
I don't think.
Okay,
so.
You know, shit happens. Fucking tornadoes! Like, it's the first time I saw an aqua tornado. Have you ever Googled an aqua tornado?
Oh no.
Like, who the fuck would?
Just in case you want to check it out, Patrice O'Neal's special is on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Elephant in the Room, so you can check that out.
Definitely seen it. I definitely poured my whole drink on me.
That's marvelous.
We do that sometimes.
Got old Smokey McGee back in the house.
Hey,
for blessing
I had to get a Nature Valley protein bar.
And your presence.
Oh, is that a peanut butter one?
Peanut butter and dark chocolate, yes, sir.
Oh yeah, I think I've had
you guys checked out Walmart's Bomb Pops are in stock, and there's like 8 flavors of Bomb Pops. So like, You can get your summer fix on Bomb Pops. There's 4 flavors.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Off the Grill podcast brought to you by Great Value Bomb Pops.
Yes.
But Jonathan, who is your 4th Mount Rushmore?
Mitch Hedberg.
Oh my.
Is it because?
Now, why do you think that is?
Like, there's one special, or like, how many specials does Mitch Hedberg have?
I don't think he has. I think he has that one 30-minute special on Comedy Central, and that's it. He's the greatest one-liner guy of all time.
But, like, what attracted you? Like, greatest one-liner of all time?
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just kind of curious because he's a guy that a lot of people will say he's funny, and like he's not unfunny, but I don't hear his stuff and go, God, I need more of it.
I love it, man. Like, it's just so witty, and like there's no structure, but he's like the guy to do it. Like, he has the personality for it.
So here's all I'll say is I think mine is a better version of that. My 4th.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the author of the incredible book Harold, Mr. Stephen Wright.
Oh my God, you're right.
Who
right.
For maybe most of the audience would know him best as the man on the couch in Half Baked,
right.
or
You're
the voice on the radio in Reservoir
Dogs.
Still,
I once put my car keys in my apartment door.
Keep saying how we would know him. He was on the
again. That's another one. Sweeze,
very monotone.
Very monotone. Just I bought a camera. It's very advanced. You don't even need it. It's just fucking perfect. I bought one walkie-talkie. Ben says Larry the Cable Guy next. I like a worker comedian.
No. R.I.P. Phil Robertson.
Get her
Fuck
done.
Larry the Cable Guy. Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty died, and I know he never did comedy.
Just now?
Some of the shit, probably yesterday. Like, I've been staying inside a lot. I've just been so distraught. But,
staying inside a lot.
Duck Dynasty.
Oh yeah,
Phil
it was
Robertson
yesterday.
died. That dude did a lot of comedy, so I want to put him as an honorary recommendation on my comedy of all time. Is Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty.
I think he was so grumpy because he wanted a man to be inside of him. But
he was saying, like, I've never seen a world where a man wants to be inside of a guy. And it's like, dude, check Twitter. Like, you're wrong here, Duck Dynasty affiliation. You're going to fuck
deep
up the
inside
brand.
your heart.
Yes. Like, didn't he fuck up Phil and, Jason and, I don't know, with a Psy? Wasn't that one of them? Like... Duck Dynasty matriarch died tonight, and that show was comedy as fuck. And
Ken moved back to Nebraska and killed Larry the Cable Guy.
I'm kind of arguing with my dog right now, so I'm sorry if I don't have a fucking foot to ground on to stand up for Phil Robinson being hilarious, but Duck Dynasty was one of the shows that we should go back on and just say shout out. That was hilarious.
Billy says he remembers Steven from the 80s. Yeah, check out the special. It might just be like a comedy album special when I say special. I don't think it's visual, but I Have a Pony, and then I Still Have a Pony, which is like 20 years later. Both fucking incredible albums. So fucking funny. Stephen Wright's the best. He wins. We all lose. It's fine. But we're going to wrap this up with one last question. Sorry, Ben and Faticus. You guys had things I say.
Oh, dude, I have fucking 5. Let's go.
You're a comedian, past or present, that you feel hasn't gotten the break they deserve. I don't know. Fucking Miss Pat's huge, but I think she should be huger. I would say Jordan Jensen's another one that I think should have fucking everything possible in this world.
Everything how it's lined up to be is that the Gas Digital, Lewis and Gas Digital, is going to be doing Zach Amico, Maddie Smith, and Naeem Ali.
Maddie's great. Yeah.
So,
Fucking Naeem Ali is a fucking killer. He is so goddamn funny.
Yeah, like when they announced that lineup for Gas Digital, Naeem, Maddie Smith, Zach Amico, and I know that
Zach's
like
great.
I never mentioned Comedy Rushmore, but I'll shout out Dave Attell. But that Netflix special that he did, and Ian Finance did a Netflix that was like they were touring together. Definitely check out Ian Finance, Dave Attell, in the last year. Like that's some shit that actually means a lot, like comedy wise. What else do you think? Like,
oh, Jonathan, you got any kind of newer guys that you're keyed into?
Nah, not off the top of my head. No, I'm pretty bad though.
Nick Mullen,
Billy
the Dragon. I'll shout out to the rooftops. Is fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, that was a great fucking.
It was overshadowed.
Great special. The only thing that special didn't hit as hard for me because I had like just seen him live, so a lot of that shit was now.
Dude,
it happens sometimes, you know. It always sucks. You catch someone live and then their special comes out, and it's like, oh, everything I just saw.
I don't understand.
You know,
how
it's still
did,
funny,
like, super regional. Like they went to different, and I understand why like Bert did it because Bert wants to put Mark Norman and Shane Gillis on for Fully Comedy Festival in 2021, and then 2022 come with Tiffany Haddish and Ralph Barbosa. Like, I fuck with Ralph Barbosa, but like the Tiffany Haddish thing was like it just came out with the Ari Spears type thing, so it's just like, okay, you're gonna do something, and there's like some hesitance, and you know, like we're gonna rock with it, but like we can't be like on both sides of the supporting and shit. So, I mean, that's kind of where it goes to. Is like, when you're streaming, when you want to do shit about comedy podcasts, when you want to rank, it's all subjective. And like, basically, like between the three of us, Jonathan and Steak Sauce, like, I don't really like Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle. I don't like Cedric the Entertainer, early 2010s. I don't like late 2010s.
I don't like D.L. Hughley. I don't like Richard Pryor. I don't like Martin Lawrence. I don't like Damon Wayans. I don't like Sean Wayans.
So the conversation goes towards that, and you're just thinking like, okay, well, can I just say that like I can't relate to it, and it's not that chill, and it's not that cool, or are we just fucking, like, we're just talking about the same shit where we just don't want to be fucking racist? Like, I don't know. Jordan Jensen, fucking check out her shit, B&E and David Tell.
Billy says, I'll give you one. Keith Robinson. His pre-stroke special was funny, and even his post-stroke special.
But have you watched Keith Robinson on Story Wars with Drew Montana?
Oh, no.
Oh, dude, that's definitely something to check out, because Drew Montana was like coming up with Keith Robinson and the Big J. Okerson era, and they're like, Keith Robinson is a legend. You should respect him. And then Drew Montana's like, is that really how you fucking ROG? Like, is that really how you want to portray yourself? Is that really how you want to put yourself out there? And it's like, okay. All right, Keith Robinson and Drew Montana on Story Wars. Okay, Story Wars might be fucking chill because they do be bringing out personal problems, so.
Lewis Black's Black on Broadway is one of the best ever, too. I love that. I could fucking probably, if I threw that on, I could probably recite the whole goddamn thing.
And that's the thing too, like Michael Ian Black. Remember him? Like, remember all these people
He's
on
hilarious.
these like random ass true TV shows, like Michael Ian Black, and they at least had like two chicks. And they had like, and it was just like, okay, well, if we're doing that, then we can do this. And then I think that it came to like fruition when they invited Roseanne to Skankfest. Like, after Roseanne did kill Tony, okay? It's just like, okay, well, shit, Pauly Shore's here, too. Let's bring her on. It's just like Pauly Shore, Roseanne, and Ron White on a fucking Kill Tony or a Legion of Skanks at Skankfest. It was just like, well, why the fuck are we even here? We're just here chilling. And it's like, okay, well, like, we're here for it. But, like, it's fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how
we're going to wrap
podcasting is
things up over here.
Yep.
Before I do want to just I got to throw out the old movie of the week because I'm still holding out hope that that'll have some kind of bearing down the road. But this week's pick is a much more common one. I'm not trying to fucking, I don't know, be too creative for the room. Really good movie, really good sequel, in my opinion. It's one that was shit on a lot when it first came out and even for 10, 15, 20 years after that fact. But I'd say within the last 10 or 15 years now, probably since about 2010, it's kind of been reappraised by the horror community at large anyway. Oh, shit, he just left. Okay. There he is.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. It's all
but
continue on.
It's a very fucking moody, atmospheric movie. And the lead actor's actually terrific in it. He's acting way above the weight of this fucking slasher. Ladies and gentlemen, 1985's A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge, is this week's movie of the week. Mark Patton acts his fucking balls off. Robert Englund is as good as ever. Still very much scary Freddy Krueger. Watch it if you haven't. If you've seen it and didn't like it, watch it again. Put some new eyes on this goddamn thing. Because, hey, not for nothing, at the end of the year, we're getting a Nightmare on Elm Street box set. And that's good news for everyone.
Great news for everyone.
But since we're wrapping up, Jonathan, what do you got for him? Twitter, Instagram? Bumble?
Instagram, Bombastic _reviews.
Sick. Sweeze, what do you got?
Sweeze, TSWEEZE on Insta, TSWEEZE88 on X. This is Sumo.
Sumo.
The earbuds, so I can't hear anything. But just shout out Sumo. Shout out the RLC. Shout out the Crowder Boys. Shout out to everybody that is into comedy podcasts or wrestling. I'm going to be doing a lot of different things. Stay tuned. Sumo's out, but, we're here right now. Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. So until next time, take care and let's